It is rougher than a cob out here. In its relative terms, this is Oneida Lake. You know, it's not real big. She can get rough. She can get gnarly, but she's sporty right at the moment. So, but I'm stopped trying to fix the GoPro. But as soon as I poked out from underneath the interstate bridge, Interstate 81, I could feel it before that. I could feel it at Route 11. You could feel it coming in the front door, and she was brisk. So I knew, but I poked my nose out here into a due east wind, and there's nothing worse on this lake. I mean, it is what it is. You know, everyone used to say, you know, my grandpa would say, wind from the east, fish the least. Whatever. If I can get out and go fishing, I'm going fishing. I don't care if it's an east wind or not, you know. But it's sporty right now, you know, and it's twos all day, but there's a 3 and a 4 mixed in, you know. It's been a little gnarly, and I got bounced around, and I'm going slow. What the hell? I'm gonna go a little faster than this. But you know, the other morning I got bounced around pretty bad, and it bothered me, and it set me off, and I let it ruin my own day. Certainly my morning, and I was in a rage, you know. And it's funny, like that scene in the book, for those of you that have read the book, the main character is tough on himself, you know. He's tough on himself, and you know, some of that was written very much from a personal perspective, but I think that personal perspective, whoa, man, that was a good one. A little short bow on this boat, and I almost buried it right there. You know, I'm doing 7 miles an hour just creeping out because I don't want to go faster and beat the, oh, this is a good one right here. It's when they get right close together that they're 2.5 feet apart. You know, they're 2 to 3 feet apart, and they're 2 to 3 feet tall. And you're like, whatever. Like this little set right here. See how quickly they set up, and it becomes a bump, you know, and all of a sudden that bump's got a deep pothole in the middle of it. You know, if I was in a boat that had the helm all the way back, like my Lund LE used to, and like a bass boat does, and like, you know, those boats can get it up on plane and skim, and really skim, and they stay flat. They still bounce, but they stay flat because they're riding on a cushion of air because of the trim underneath the hull. This boat, I'm all the way forward. Like, I'm as far forward as you can be. You know, and I said to Todd Shelter the other day, it's like fishing in the hopper. You know, the hopper was great, except in a heavy into sea, because she just didn't have the bow to ride them out. You know, like the Morgan would just, and that thing is just that's a wave eater. That's the nicest charter boat on the whole fleet in the whole Lake Ontario that I've ever seen. You know, custom built. But anyway, this boat's got a short bow, and I'm all the way forward. And so even if I get it up on plane, which I can easily do with this big motor, even if I get it up there and trim it all the way up, this hull's just, it's too steep. It's not flattened out, you know, to get that cushion, and you're gonna pound. It doesn't float. You know, that's not what this boat was intended to do. So I'm taking my time. I'm gonna put you back out front. I'm gonna go a little faster and work through these waves. 133 is right in front of me. I'm gonna see if I can tuck behind the island a little bit, and I think I'm gonna drift. I know I'm gonna drift. It's just gonna be a matter of what, you know. If I find them good, I might try to snap jig first on the drift, but I'm gonna try and rig my drift bags up off the stern, let the bow go downwind, and it'll be just like trolling, honestly. speed-wise. I'll be able to control it. And I might just drift worm harnesses because I can sit down and just watch a couple rods. I put rod holders in last night. And when I stop, I got to give everybody a tour of the boat because she's come a long way, and I've done a lot of the finish. All of a sudden I have the camera right here and I'm like, huh, that seems a little close. Ah, shit. Anyway, it'll be just like trolling harnesses, and I can sit in my chair that I made. I'll show you that too. That was cool. Yeah, there were a couple fives right there in that little set. That was gnarly. I love it. See these bass boats out here? I started singing instead of Jukebox Hero. I was singing Hot Foot Hero. These guys are out here trying to go 65, 70 in this stuff. Man, you absolutely abuse your equipment if you do that. If you're being paid and somebody's giving you the boat, I can understand it. Whoa, big one, big one. Oh, shit. Fuck. Took that one right over the fucking bow. Oh, shit. I'm going to do it again if I don't pay attention. It is cranking. Big east wind. This is the day where you're like, okay, I wish I was trailering my boat, because then I would run down to the east, trailer it to the east end, and fish anywhere you want down in that deep water, catch all the walleyes you want, and man, this is big. Tell you what, you better be careful out here today. You don't know what you're doing in this stuff. You get yourself in trouble if you don't know your boat, your skill level, or your boat. One of the two. Get yourself in trouble out here today. No joke. On this big flat here, right in this area. There's one tree right there, and I'm gonna make a drift down the right side, one down the center, south west of Wantry, and then I'm gonna go back over to the cliffs and make a drift down through there. You know, I'm gonna drift the length of both the islands, and that should take me an hour per drift. But if I'm not day. Pretty little fish, short, probably 13, 14 inches. Number two, oh, it's a good one. Number two in back-to-back casts. got a big sheep's head on. Oneida Lake's finest. Bah. Big freshwater drum, sheep's head we call them here. And man, do they tug! Holy cow! You can hear them croaking. Colorado. Northland blade now, still in my hand. I tied it last night. Big orange 8mm steelhead bead, gold back. This was a green front, and I did the scale pattern on it. Very perchy looking. There's schools of perch all over out here. Been in the water for 2 minutes. Too.